Okay, hopefully I did this right. Hi, beautiful people. My name is Amy Nelson, and I just wanted to jump on live today and walk you through my top 5 tips for engaging preschoolers through telehealth. So kind of new to this. If you can hear me and see me, okay, just give me a acknowledgement that thank you, Miss Lynn. Perfect. Okay. So while we're waiting for some other folks to join, whether you are watching this live or if you are watching a recording of this, before I get started, I want to hear from y'all. What is the number one challenge you face when it comes to engaging preschoolers, so children 3 to 5 years old, through telehealth? So either through telehealth, or I know many of you will maybe be back in person, but what is your number one challenge when it comes to engaging preschoolers? Throw it out in chat. I want to know as we're thinking about that. And for those of you that don't know me, as we'll take a moment here, my name is Amy Nelson. I'm a licensed clinical social worker and a registered play therapist. I am a social emotional learning coach and consultant, and I've worked in early childhood settings providing play therapy to preschoolers 3 to 5 years old for about a decade. And I'm pretty good at what I do. In fact, I kind of pride myself on my ability to lead groups of anywhere from 5 to 17 preschoolers and have them all entranced in like a land of make-believe. But like many of you, when the shift to virtual learning or telehealth happened, I felt like I had to relearn my job all over again. And it was definitely a little tricky, but I'm all about heart and hustle. And I learned a lot of really great strategies for keeping preschoolers engaged in this format. And I want to share them with you today. So today I want to give you my top 5 tips for engaging preschoolers through telehealth. Tip number 1, connection is crucial. Here's the thing when it comes to preschoolers. In that stage of development, they're all about establishing their independence, right? So they're not afraid to say no and mean it. So when you're providing services virtually, you are in competition with all sorts of distractions. So you really have to up your rapport building game. As speech pathologist Rachel Maddow says, inspire, don't require. You've got to tap into your 4-year-old part, that part of you that gets it, right? Be a worthy playmate, match their energy, highlight similarities. Here's the great thing about telehealth and virtual is that we can see inside of their homes or wherever they're at, and we get a sneak peek into what their lives look like there. Something we might miss if they're just coming to our building or to our playroom. And so we really have an opportunity to draw on those connections. I always suggest that you know your kid culture and use that to your advantage. And again, be a worthy playmate. So tip number 1, connection is crucial. Tip number 2, you need to talk like you're on mute. Yeah. What we know through virtual is that we lose a level of feedback, right? Verbal and nonverbal feedback when we're in this virtual space. And so we have to overcompensate a little bit with exaggerated facial expressions and hand gestures and visuals. All of that brings the child into this world and this space with us. Use a textured approach with screen sharing, music, movement, and my favorite thing, puppets. Yeah. When we do things like layers, like Miss Betsy here, then we bring the play therapy to the child. We can meet together in this virtual space. What other tips you got for us, Betsy? Yeah, Betsy says you might want to teach them through that technology also. So practice things like mute and unmute, when to talk and when to listen, all of that. Make it part of the learning, part of the engagement process when we're in this virtual space. Tip number 3, don't forget the grown-ups. Now, this is one I see go wrong a lot of times. Here's the thing. If a grown-up is carving out space and time to show up with their preschooler, then they're committed. Even if they're passively participating, do not underestimate what they're learning from you. So share what you're doing, and more important, tell them why you're doing it. When we make the process visible for caregivers, we teach them the power behind the play. And if you've got a grown-up that's not engaging, chances are they don't know how. They don't know what their role is. They may feel insecure. They're maybe not as in touch with their preschool part. And so extend an invitation and don't be afraid to get directive. They might appreciate that. Tip number 4 is accountability and grace. And when I'm really talking about accountability and grace for you, not just for your client, telehealth with preschoolers can be hard, but it's also incredibly rewarding. So you need to show yourself some compassion. Show yourself the same grace that you would show your clients. Commit to trying just one new tech thing a week so you reduce your overwhelm, get yourself in a really kind of comfortable space and binge watch some YouTube videos. Join a professional learning community. Reach out and ask for consultation and support. It's all there ready for you. You've just got to make yourself accountable and willing. Make a list of session highlights, roll with the resistance, say it loud, say it proud. I'm still learning, and that is okay. And my favorite, tip number 5 is be the sprinkles. Yeah, a well-planned session is how we get them engaged, right? That's how we set them up for success. But we are the sprinkles. We bring our authentic selves to this learning environment, to this therapy environment. The therapeutic relationship becomes number 1. And that's the indicator of positive change. And so it's important that we keep the relationship forefront. So if you want to know how to really up your teleplay game with preschoolers, then I want to help you. If you join me for our Play Therapy Summit with Pessy, here's a link right there you can go to, a little tiny URL. And if this is in person or virtual teleplay, I've got you covered. I've thought through all of it. And you're going to walk away with all sorts of goodies because I want to give you a jump start into really looking past those barriers, looking past these challenges that the virtual space causes, and instead looking at opportunities that we have that are right in front of you. So here's the thing. There are so many young children that need our help right now. We are in a state of a mental health crisis when it comes to our littles, and we cannot let a plastic screen stop us or slow us down. So join me May 12th, the 11th through the 13th for Pessy's Play Therapy Summit. Lots of brilliant play therapists are going to be there sharing their knowledge and wisdom. And if you're ready to level up your play therapy game, then that's going to be the place to be. And I'm going to read these chat notes when I get off here. But again, I want to know what that challenge is for you because we're going to smash those barriers. Thanks for joining me. I will see you